Serving the Bridger Valley since 1987, Bridger Valley Motors are your engine repair experts. Along with engine repair, Bridger Valley Motors offers towing services, tire alignments, brake repairs, and more. Visit Bridger Valley Motor at 217 North Main Street in Lyman.
Using the old-fashioned country tradition of barn building, Martin Sheds uses the time-honored construction techniques handed down from generation to generation. For quality, care, and attention to detail, contact Martin Sheds at 307-679-8187 to get a quote today.
Sell or buy your home with a realtor you can trust. At Cowboy State Realty, we are dedicated to helping you with all your real estate needs. At Cowboy State Realty, we are working for you. Call us at 307-200-4332 to schedule an appointment today.
The town of Mountain View is located in the historic Bridger Valley and serves as the gateway to the high Uintas. With a panoramic view of the rugged Uinta peaks, you feel like you're in paradise. Our town park and scenic riverwalk offer a safe place for rest and relaxation. Looking for a great place to live? Our quality of life is great and our people are very friendly. Come join our tranquil way of life. The town of Mountain View, a gateway to the high Uintas.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Bridger Valley Electric Association provides safe, reliable, and affordable electric energy and related services to their member owners in Wyoming and Utah. Bridger Valley Electric is a consumer-owned cooperative.
Welcome back here as we have game number 6 ready to go for you, as it's going to be the Rigby Trojans taking on the Rock Springs Stallions. Appreciate everybody joining us here. Jason Andrews, Dan Hubbard, as we bring you to game number 5 of 6 here on the larger field, Halliwell. And for intensive purposes, game 10 of the day. We'll have game 11 here on this field as well coming up for both fields. And what effectively is one of the last 3 games of round-robin play before the tournament starts tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's things really start to get interesting later tonight and into tomorrow when they start making the pairings coming up for the elimination rounds, which get underway tomorrow morning, of games that you can hear here throughout the championship games Saturday evening here on mylocalradio.com, as we'll have them for you all the way through the end, as including this one coming up here in just a little bit, or just in just a couple of minutes as we'll get started, as this is a very important game for both teams headed in toward the elimination bracket.
We'll get you the starting lineups here in just a minute for both teams, but as we sit here, these teams looking to try and increase their chances to be in the gold bracket. Rigby played very well yesterday. I think they're one of the top teams in this tournament. I know you didn't get to see them here as they played 2 games, but their offense was great, and now with Madsen on the mound, Joseph Madsen, he looks pretty powerful there, the lefty.
It'd be interesting to see how many guys they have that who came over from their varsity program during the regular school season, because Rigby had a very good program there at Rigby High School this past year, and they bring some quality guys, and they have a big left-hander who's going to start the game for them today.
What do you say?
I have no idea.
Let's get to the starting lineups here, brought to you by Heritage Auto of Evanston, as the leadoff batter Ryan Zotti steps in to face Joseph Madsen, the pitcher, on the mound for Rigby, as the first pitch inside for ball number 1. All right, here, Ryan Zotti is your leadoff hitter. Griffin Garver is your number 2 slot, as the pitch to Zotti is chopped on the ground to the third baseman Loonberry. Across the diamond, off the bag, the tag in time. So it pulled the first baseman, Matrix Marley, off the bag, but luckily an athletic play to grab the ball and then tag out the runner results in a 5-3 putout.
First pitch thrown at 6:17, and it's 93 degrees.
Landon Oliver will bat third. Presley Harvey will bat in the 4 slot. Stephen Harmon will bat in the 5th slot. Jackson Reese will bat in the 6th. The DH Colton Lewis will bat 7th. The second baseman Kenneth Lathwaite will bat 8th. And then Damon Valdez will bat in the 9th slot, as the first pitch here to Griffin Gardner is taken for a strike, the shortstop. Big pitch here from Madsen as he comes hard off the mound and takes for a ball there. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the inning after the chop of the third baseman. Speaking of the first baseman, Loonberry, he is over there on the infield grass. That pitch is in there for a strike. Bottom part of the zone. Madsen working quickly and efficiently thus far in this game. An out and a couple pitches in. 1-2 as he moves quickly again. That stays outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on the top of the first. Jace, Andrew, Dan Hubbard, welcome you in here. Do appreciate you joining us here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic. And the 2-2 was a cut and a miss from Griff and Garner, and a strikeout for Madsen. His second out, his first strikeout. Very powerful with all of his stuff thus far.
He's got off to a great start. The big, powerful left-hander looks like he can throw hard and has pretty good movement on his pitches.
Brings up the catcher, Landon Oliver. As Rock Spring team played just literally moments ago, they were the game prior, and a strike taken there by Oliver. That's going to be on the ground to the third baseman. Across the diamond is Ludra to Marley. And Ludberry to Marley completes a 1-2-3 inning for Joseph Madsen. As we will head now to the bottom of the second inning here. Trojans up to bat. Or excuse me, bottom of the first inning. We'll be right back here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak-a-peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Friends don't let friends drink bad coffee. Come visit For Pete's Sake for fresh-made coffee, an amazing menu of home-cooked meals, and great company. Visit For Pete's Sake on the corner of 9th and Main, downtown Evanston.
Welcome back here to the top of the second inning. Rigby, Rock Springs, game number 5 of the day here at Halliwell as we inch closer to the end of the round robin segment of this tournament. Jace Andrews, Dan Hubbard, as we're hanging out with you live from Pocatello, Idaho for the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 up for the Rock Springs Stallions, and starting off will be Preston Harvey's, followed by Steve Harmon, and then Jackson Reese. Both sides went 1, 2, 3, so very good pitching performances to start off the first inning here in the game. So like I mentioned, the second baseman, Preston Harvey, will lead us off here. Joseph Madsen, a fastball right there, stabbed on a hop. He throws it to first in time as Marley makes the grab for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and another 1-3 put out here in this game.
Always helps to be able to field your position. That's 2 very nice plays that he's made out there on the bump and turned them into outs.
Yeah, it's been great for both pitchers thus far. They've both made one of those plays now. This will bring up Steve Harmon, the left fielder. So far, the Stallions have been set down in order all the way 1, 2, 3, 4. That one headed for a car. It stops though as it hits a tree. Foul pitch back. That's going to be away there. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Harmon watches for the pitch, swings at it and fouls it off the first base side to go to 1 and 2. Sun starting to fall in the sky here on what is a beautiful Thursday evening. And a great day of baseball. 1-2. That's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's on the ground to the second baseman, Belknap across to Marley in time. And 5 up, 5 down for Joseph Madsen thus far. Very good start here for the big left-hander. Also a great number there of number 16. "4-3 put out, and Jackson Reese, the first baseman, will step into the box. Reese was the first baseman last game as well for the Stallions as he watches that pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Reese last game did have a double, and he will swing through that pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's gonna be the one. Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike from the windup here, Madsen. Outside, 2-1. Staying from the windup as he hasn't had anybody on base thus far. That's fouled away, and now we got a 2 ball, 2 strike count and 1 pitch away from Madsen to complete 2 3-up, 3-down innings to start off his evening. Reese trying to thwart that effort. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, too high. Ball 3. Count runs full, 3-2, and you have to expect a strike here as he has been locked down on the zone. The full count pitch. Inside, and a first base runner of the game for either side. It comes on the Stallions as he'll get the walk, Jackson Reese. And we've got a base runner on for Colton Lemus, the designated hitter. Didn't see Lemus last game, so he's taking his first swings of the day as watching a strike there. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first base, Reese. From the stretch, a pitch that's just outside on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike for Madsen. And even with the runner on, he is still in that rhythmic work of trying to make sure to quickly go to the plate. Very small lead for Reese, the 1-1 away. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the second inning here. Rigby looking to go 3-0 in their round-robin play. Been one of the more exceptional teams we've seen. That's outside, 2-1. Over how sharp Madsen has looked up into this point after that walk, he has now had a 2 ball and 1 strike count. And sometimes that's all it takes, especially for a pitcher. It seems as though, like Madsen, where he's very prevalent with his rhythm and likes to stay on that.
I can guarantee you that once a pitcher finds their rhythm, they want to stay on that. You know, that's why really the pitch clock is really so lame. Is once a pitcher finds the rhythm, that's what they want to stay on, and usually they're going to stay within that time limit anyway.
The fastball there finds the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yeah, the pitch clock has been a point of contingency since it's been implemented.
And most of the time, it's not the pitcher taking too long. It's the hitter not getting in the box.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. The pitch. Cut and a miss. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Madsen. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Still nothing here as we head. Now time for the Rigby Trojans to get the bats. We'll be right back here on the first Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament as you're watching on mylocalradio.com on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's lunchtime, and I'm stuck at the office.
Jackalope. The big game is on. I can't miss it just to pick up groceries.
Jackalope.
Mom, I need supplies for my school project.
Jackalope.
Doing the hopping for your shopping. Jackalope Delivery, 307-679-7174.
Jackalope.
Welcome back here, bottom of the second inning. It's the second inning time for Rigby. They get the bats and they get ready here to face Maddox Ice, who had a 1-2-3 top, or rather bottom of the first, with a couple of groundouts and a backwards Keon Cooper Steffler. It's 4, 5, and 6 here for the Trojans. Gunnar Davis, BJ Boudrero, and Jaden Belknap, the shortstop, DH, and second base, will all hit. Jace Andrews, Dan Hubbard here hanging out with you in Pocatello, Idaho. The 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here as the round-robin play, starting to kind of formulate the tournament round in the bracket for both gold and silver.
Yep, they'll release those brackets later on tonight, sometime after midnight or so, and we'll have those for you as early as we can in the morning on our website, mylocalradio.com. And of course, we'll have the first pitches for those games on both sides of both fields at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
First pitch from Ice is away from the batter Gunnar Davis as he watches for ball 1, the lefty shortstop. Ice is 1-0. Finds the zone in the outer part, 1-1. Rigby with the pinstripe pants and the maroon jerseys like we saw yesterday. Baby blue jerseys for the Stallions. Watches another strike on pretty much the exact same spot, this time a fastball 1-2. He goes breaking ball away, he goes fastball away, he gets strikes both times. From the windup, the 1-2 for Ice. Just low and a very good eye there from Gunnar Davis as that broke late. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second. And that one stays away, count will go full. Rigby looking for their first base runner after they went quietly in the top of the first with a ground to the pitcher, a strikeout looking, and a ground to the shortstop. Let's see if they get it here. They will. Ball 4 and a walk for Gunnar Davis as he works the count from 1-2 to a walk. DJ Boudreiro will be your batter, another lefty, so back-to-back lefties in the lineup for the Trojans. Runner off first base is Davis. Maddox Ice now working from the stretch for the first time today. He goes with a little bit of a quick pitch to make sure that Davis doesn't go anywhere. He does not find the zone, though, with the ball. Boudreiro, the DH today, DHing for the first baseman, Matrix Marley. 1-0 to him here. Long look in as he's holding up the hip for a while. This may be a pause call. Finally pitches it and gets the strike. And that's where the pitch clock can kind of hurt baseball. I mean, you look at these pause calls and just the timing, the mental game of pitching and batting, it takes away when you know, okay, he's got to throw it at a certain point. Runner off first base, Davis, and now a 1-1 count at the plate. Ice checking that runner, and now the pitch. Chopped, third base side. Valerio grabs, and on the mound, he throws across to the first baseman, Reese. He gets the out. The runner will advance 90 feet as Davis goes to second. Boudreiro set down on the 5-3 putout.
That's a very good play. That keeps the keeping the ball in the infield like that and coming over and cutting off the shortstop, which is his job to be able to make that play. But get the out at first base. Yeah, the guy moves up to second, but at least you get an out on the play.
One out here in the inning, runner at second base. It's Jaden Belknap, the second baseman, up. There is a strike. Runner in scoring position. First time we've seen that today. That's chopped. Fair ball on the third base line. It's fair. He doesn't realize it. Now he just throws it to the pitcher. He didn't realize it was a fair ball. Valerio thought that was foul. Didn't even make a play. I don't know if he would have had a play either way because Belknap smartly took off. They're saying it was right over the bag. Rock Springs head coach does not agree with it. But either way, it's going to bring the picture Joseph Madsen with 2 runners on.
I don't know. I thought it was a good call.
Runners at first and second. Playing over there at second base is Davis, but a pitch and a swing and a miss from Joseph Madsen. Belknap is the one at first after his single down the third base line, partly helped by Valerio thinking it was a fair ball. I don't think he would have had a play either way just because of the way the ball was hit. Ice now 2 on and an 0-1 count. He throws it back, and a pretty good back pick, not going to lie. But either way, the pickoff attempt is unsuccessful. Sliding in safely is Davis. Oh, 1. Big hack, but comes up empty on the breaking ball that drops low late, and it's 0-2. Two outs, 2 runners on, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 1 out in the inning. Ice fires in the 0-2 that just misses the outside part. Ice really wanted that pitch, doesn't get it, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, we thought we had a good pitcher's duel back in the Evanston game earlier today, but I'll tell you what, this sets up as a classic pitcher's duel in this one.
1-2. That's just sliding away as well. Count leaving up at 2-2. You talk about a pitcher's duel, it's pitcher on pitcher here with Ice and Madsen at the plate. Check on the runner. On the ground, could be a double play. Garner over to Harvey. No time for the second out. So they'll get the lead runner there at second. One runner actually will go to third. You'll have runners on the corners with 2 gone.
They lost the double play possibility. The shortstop mishandled the ball. It kind of ran up his arm. He almost had to pick it off of his back.
Yeah, it was actually kind of a close play at second.
That caused the close play at second base. He almost lost the out there.
2 outs, though, and Scott Lounsbury will be your batter as they're going to have a courtesy runner coming on for the pitcher. Runner off first and third. 2 outs in the inning. Maddox Ice trying to keep this a 0-0 ball game. Runner goes. They throw down to third. They say forget the runner at second. He goes in standing. They don't care about that. Does get a strike call, though, on 1. I believe it's Caden Hinch over there as the courtesy runner. Can't exactly see him, though. Big hack there at the plate by Lounsbury. Comes up with nothing, though, and now it's 0-2, and Maddox Ice a chance to get out of this inning unscathed after a little bit of a threat for Rigby. From the windup, the 0-2. Just inside there. Doesn't find the strike zone. Ice will now have the 1-2 count.
We've seen Rock Springs play a couple of times, not only here but also elsewhere. This is going to be a test for them.
Just high there, 2-2. Yeah, Rigby's been, like I said, as far as what we've seen, one of the more talented teams in this tournament. And Rock Springs with Maddox Ice going to have a challenge. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. That's lifted foul down the third base line into left field as it'll take a couple of hops and roll to the wall. Good swing just a tad early there for Scott Lounsbury. Lounsbury, the third baseman today for the Trojans. And maybe we see him go here as that's chopped. Third baseman has it off his glove. He's got to look to try and figure out where to go. He just holds it. Tough play there as the third baseman, Valerio, had it bounce off his glove as he was trying to pick it. And after it bounced, he kind of had nothing to do. No one was covering third. He couldn't go home. And first base at that point was far too gone. It's going to be an infield single. And the first run comes across to score 1-0. Isaac Shumway, the right fielder for Rigby, will step in with runners on the corners. See if they have that runner at first take off again in Lounsbury. Pick back attempt and a good catch over there at first base by Reese as he kind of had to guide that ball into his glove. The runner goes. They're going to try and throw it to the short. It's off his glove. Now they're going to send the runner home, and that was unfortunate there as the shortstop, Garner, had it pop off his glove. And had he caught it, they weren't going to send the run, but instead coming on home is Jaden Belknap, and it's 2-0 Rigby. Stolen base for Lounsbury. Time called. We're going to have a mound meeting here as I think just a little bit of frustration shown by Maddox Ice. Obviously a couple of unfortunate, not really errors, but just plays in this inning.
Well, a couple of tough plays over at third base didn't quite go their way, and then that play which will be an error.
Yeah, that one's an error.
As that allows the run to come in.
Yeah, stolen base, but the runner will come home on the error.
So it makes it 2-0, and it's just, it's kind of the way the cards fall sometimes. You think you're making all the right plays and all the right moves, and things just don't quite bounce your way.
Still 2 outs here in this inning. At one point had a chance to get out of this inning unscathed with the 2 outs, but now just trying to limit this damage to just 2 runs. As of right now, though, he's got the runner at second base. 2 outs in the inning. Once again, Isaac Shumway is the batter at the plate. He chops that one right back to the pitcher, ice. Gloves, fires, and a good catch over there at first base by Reese. So they retire the side. 2 runs do come across to score for Rigby. And now we head to the third to see what the Stallions have in their back pocket to try and get some runs of their own on the board as Joseph Madsen goes back to the hill. We'll be right back here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Hiking in the summer, hunting in the fall, and sledding in the winter are a vital part of living in Lyman, Wyoming. Visiting the historic Heritage Park with its splash pad and updated playground are a must for summertime activities. Visit the new Frisbee Golf Course and make new memories with your family and friends. The town of Lyman is a quiet, peaceful place with some of the best residents in the state. Stop in today and make some new friends and memories that will last forever.
Dad, I feel like I got something in my eye.
Let me have a look. Natural protective features of the eye, such as eyebrows, eyelids, eyelashes, and tears, are not always enough. I've been helping people for 14 years, removing anything from metal, glass, or plastic from their eyes. I've even removed a bug that flew into my own eye. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect eye protection for playing sports or performing hazardous work to help prevent eye injuries.
Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to schedule your appointment to protect your precious eyesight. Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937.
2 runs come across to score in the bottom of the second. Now we head to the top of the third as the Stallions try and put some of their own runs on the board in a 2-0 ball game. It's going to be 8, 9, and 1. Cadence Latham, the right fielder, Damian Valerio, and then Ryan Zotti will be your 3 up. Zotti, the leadoff hitter for the Stallions, so we'll possibly, or actually we will see a switch of the lineup. Big hack there from Cadence Latham, lefty on lefty here. And Joseph Madsen has been really a treat to watch thus far. And that one is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the inning as we're just starting off here in the third. Joseph Madsen has allowed just 1 runner to reach in the 7 he's faced. Breaking pitch over the head top of Latham. He ducks down. Two and 1. And that's a little bounding ball to the first baseman. Marley easily gobbles it up and runs over to first for the first out. Latham set down on a 1 unassisted and brings up the 9 slot Damian Valerio, the third baseman. And not that there was an error on his part over there at third, just a couple of tough plays, so you know he's he feels the want right now to try and get himself on base and try and just get out there.
Exactly. A bounding ball over the bag that he thought was foul. I can see where he thought that, but I thought the umpire's call was correct. And then a slow roller up along the line.
Well, he's got a bounding ball to third, and it's going to be a cross diamond throw. They're just going to put the tag on him as it takes the first baseman Marley off the bag. Very good play over there by Maddox Marley, and you know, he's being DH'd for, and you can kind of see why they want him out in the field. A couple of good plays at first, making sure that even if the ball is offline, to get the ball and make the tag. 5-3 of the putout. 2 outs in the inning, and Joseph Madsen looking for a shutdown inning after his boys got 2 on the board. And I say his boys, includes him because he batted.
That's right.
Fastball up in the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Ryan Zotti grounded out to the third baseman his first time up back in the first. We're in the top of the third here in a 2-0 ball game. That's sharply hit down the third base line and fair. We'll see if he tries for 2 as the left fielder, Steffenlar, gets there. He's going to chuck it to second base and past the sliding glove. It's going all the way to first baseman. It gets past him. Steffler doesn't know what's going on. It's going to be Zodi who finally realizes the ball is over in right field basically and goes to third. A double down the line, a throw to second base gets away from the second baseman Belknap. The first baseman Marley couldn't see the ball. He had to dive. And now the runner Zodi advanced to third, which is lucky because he was standing on second and didn't realize what happened.
Yeah, you're right. He was standing on second, didn't realize what happened. I think, you know what happened? I think it's the setting sun is what happened.
No one can see what's happening.
As the ball got thrown around in the infield, I think some of the guys just didn't see it.
Probably a good guess. There is 2 outs in the inning, but now the Stallions 90 feet away from a runner. Maddox popped up over our heads and into the parking lot. Oh, that's going to hit that. Oh, it just missed. Hey, guess what? It's going under Dan's car. Congratulations. Another one for you, an Easter egg.
Hey, there you go. I got a couple of souvenirs I can sell at the card shop later.
0-1 to Griffin Garner. He watched it outside. Watched a beautiful performance from Griffin Garner last game on the mound. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. Now trying to get it done at the plate, 1-1. He watches it go outside. He's got the first run of the game for the Stallions, standing on third base, should be able to get him home. He struck out his first time up. Zodi stands on third after the double and then advancing to third on the error. Foul straight back, just missed that one. Garner, the shortstop today, at least in this game. 1-2, 2 outs. Down 2-0, looking for the run to come across here at third. From the windup, Madsen. Cut and a miss, and Madsen avoids the run as he strikes out Gardner for the second time already today. We head to the bottom half of the third. Rigby trying to grow their already 2-0 lead here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament. You're watching on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Auto, home, life, renters, and business all have one thing in common. They all need insurance. Choosing the right agent is always hard. Choose the agent that takes a professional and individual approach to each client. At Farmers Insurance in Lyman, you will find that agent. Farrell is a down-to-earth person who loves hunting, fishing, and above all, his family. Come in and visit him and his friendly staff for a quote today at 37 Mountain Meadow Street, Suite B in Lyman.
At Y-Hi, "We're with you" is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 your score. Rigby on top. The Stallions threaten the top of the third after a 2-out double that resulted in a runner advancing third on an error from the left fielder. But unfortunately unable to push a run across as it was Griffin Garner, the shortstop, who was tasked with doing it with 2 outs and unfortunately struck out for the second time. We'll go back to the top of the order for Rigby. Cash Campbell, Cooper Steffler, and Jacob Stewart all up. They went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first, or rather bottom of the first. Jace Andrews, Dan Hubbard, bringing you the action here from the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament, at least on Halliwell, the bigger field. Over there on Hawthorne, we got a couple of our other owns, and Aaron Poling and Anthony Colasuono. Yeah, Colasuono. Along with Cody Beers helping us out this week.
That's right. At least for the rest of the day. He's leaving in the morning.
Yeah, 5 a.m. call for him. We've been up early this week. 5 a.m. is still the record, though, if he does get up at that time and leave.
Well, yeah, he'll beat us by a little bit.
Especially tomorrow. We get a little bit of a sleep in. We get to wake up at only 7:30 or 8.
That's been about a 5:15 wake-up call for the group.
But, hey, we are officially halfway through this 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Classic.
Once we get a couple more games done tonight, we will be.
That's laced through the left side for a base hit. So quickly 1 pitch, 1 base hit for Cash Campbell. Well, either way, in terms of games, we're halfway through now.
Yes, we are.
So I also did the calculations. If we did the max amount of games, so every game on here basically, because they'll have the most games on this field, it'd be 23 baseball games. So far, we have completed 12. So over half of 23 there. And this will be 13 games. Pickoff attempt there is not in time. Sliding back safely is Cash Campbell.
You're trying to say you're being overworked?
No, I'm just saying look how much we've accomplished.
Yeah, this is a big undertaking for the company. That's just for sure.
That's a swing and a miss there from Cooper Steffler. And Steffler, not that it's that big a deal, but I'm sure he wants to try and get on the base pass. I think that may have been a hit and run, by the way. It seems like there's a little frustration over there on the Rigby side. Maddox Ice still on the mound as he looks at that runner at first. And now the 0-1 pitch on a deep breath. This time he takes off. It's a high breaking ball. The throw down is going to be offline and sliding in safely with a stolen base is Cash Campbell. Yeah, I was talking to Aaron about this yesterday. Obviously, it's a lot, and it's fun. We like to call baseball. But I think the best part about it is once we're done with this, the accomplishment not only for, obviously, this amazing tournament, but just doing all the games, I think it's going to be so rewarding. 2-0. That's chopped on the ground. It goes foul on the third base line. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's a big accomplishment because you've been with the company less than 2 weeks, and to get dropped in here. Oh, by the way, you have to be in a situation where you're working from 6:30 in the morning until 11:30 at night.
Welcome to sports.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. I think it's 2-1 actually. I don't know if that counts right. Well, it was, because there's strike 3 on the inner part. And Cooper Steffler again strikes out looking.
According to the umpire, the
2-2 was right. That count was right. I didn't have it right, but. Jacob Stewart, the catcher, steps up. He was a ground out victim in the first as he grounded out to the shortstop Gardner. Maddox Ice trying to get something similar here. Breaking pitch finds the zone. Maddox Ice, aside from a couple pitches and a couple of unfortunate bounces, been pretty solid up there on the mound. I think the one hard hit he's had is that double down the line we saw. Oh, 1. That's on the ground to the first, second baseman, Harvey. Little glove flip over to Reese in time for out number 2. That's a little scoop and flip with the hand. Gunnar Davis, the shortstop, walked his first time up. He was actually the walk to lead off the top, or rather bottom of the second. He came around to score. One of the 2 runs for the Rigby Trojans today. And from the windup here goes Maddox Ice. There's a good pitch. Breaking ball catches the outer half as it kind of slides back in late. Oh, 0-1 count. Maddox pitch. Stays low there. One ball, 1 strike. Maddox Ice from the lineup with the runner at third base with 2 outs. Breaking pitch. Little fake throw to third from the catcher, Oliver. And going back easily is Cash Campbell. Don't have to worry about that. 2-1 though, the count though. The 2-1 pitch. That's laced into deep right field over the head of the right fielder Latham. He's got some wheels out there as that heads all the way to the corner, but rounding second and heading to third is Gunnar Davis as he has a stand-up RBI triple and gives the Rigby Trojans a 3-0 lead now. Hammered that ball into right and reaps the benefits of it.
Somebody asked me before the tournament started what was the over-under on home runs in the tournament. I said 0, but that almost made me wrong. That ball was hit hard enough to get out.
Yeah, so far in this tournament, at least on this field, because that's what I've seen, we've had about 4 balls hit the wall, 1 of those on the fly, nubbed on the ground, hit a second baseman, Harvey. Should be an easy play. He gets the out. One run does come across the score on the absolute rope of Gunnar Davis's triple. It's 3-0 Trojans heading into the fourth. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, can I go play outside?
Yes, you can, but don't forget your sunglasses. Did you know that sunglasses with UV protection can help lower your risk of eye calluses, early cataracts, and macular degeneration? At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses from companies like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and more. Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to protect your eyes from the sun.
Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937. Uinta Eye and Vision, 789 eyes.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Top of the
We
fourth
offer
inning we
rebates
go
on
here
energy-
in Pocatello, Idaho. Jace Andrews, Dan Hubbard. Landon Oliver at the plate. He'll take the first hacks of the fourth. Joseph Madsen on the mound once again. And a swinging strike there from Oliver. I don't think he got a tip of it. I think it just bounced off the glove of Stewart, the catcher. Oliver grounded out his first time up. That was back in the first. We'll see Preston Harvey and Steve Harmon after him, both ground out victim as well. In the turf that time, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hope you've been enjoying the coverage here on MyLocalRadio.com of all of this Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament. What do we say, 36 games? Is that what it is?
I think it's 36.
36
Sounds
games in total we'll do. Sky high pop-up on the infield. Second baseman Belknap squeezes the glove with the ball in it, and out number 1 has been recorded. Preston Harvey will step up. He was a ground-out victim. Bounced it right back to the pitcher Madsen last time up in the second. Those pop-ups, they're pretty hard, especially those going that high. You got to judge the wind, and luckily the wind has kind of died down, so that one pretty straightforward, up and down. Harvey at first pitch swinging. Joseph can't get to it. This is going to be a tough play for the second baseman Belknap, and knowing that, he kind of rushed his transition from glove to hand, drops it, and it's going to be an infield single for the speedy Preston Harvey there.
Made that play more difficult was the second baseman charging so hard to try to get to the ball. That should have been the shortstop's play all the way.
Yeah, shortstop or even third base, because third base had a good angle to just grab and throw.
Right.
Either way, it's the left side of the infield. You're not trying to have your second baseman who's running toward the ball to the third base side and grab and then throw across your body.
Who would have the most difficult play of the 3, trying to make the throw back across.
Looking to bunt foul, tips it off is the 5 slot Steve Harmon, the left fielder. Ground that out to the second baseman back in the second for his only AB of the night thus far. I say night, the sun is still out, but it's summer here in Idaho, which means sun is always out.
Till about 9:15.
That seems like always to me. Given I'm from Texas, at least, where it goes down at 8.
Well, I spent 2 years in Scotland. It didn't get dark until about 11 in the middle of the summer.
That's fair. I say it. I was in Alaska last summer where it didn't get dark.
Yeah, that too.
1-1 to Harmon. Foul straight back. 1-2. I think that may be our biggest accomplishment this week. We've outlasted the sun like 3 times. We were also up before it at one point. Or at least with it. Maybe not before, but right with it.
When my alarm is going off in the morning, the sun is just barely starting to peek out.
Inside pitch there. 2-2. Runner off first, and Harvey. Madsen steps off to kind of retake the signs in from the catcher, Stewart. 2-2. That's a chopper, a chance for a double play. Flip to 2, throw across to first. Matrix Marley grabs it for the 6-4-3 double play, and Joseph Madsen continues to deal as it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom half of the inning here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. You're watching a presentation, first Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 4th inning. Jace Andrews, Dan Hubbard with you. Jaden Belknap, Joseph Madsen, Scott Lounsbury, the 3 batters up that we'll see here. Maddox Ice, still on the mound. Belknap singled and came around to score his first time up. Next, he scored on an error. Bounced for ball 1. Breaking pitch finds the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 runs off 4 hits for the Rigby Trojans. 1-1. There's a fastball. It finds the strike zone. Belknap here down in the count, 1-2. Sun fading quickly here in Pocatello. Little slow line drive that gets to the middle of the field for a base hit, and so a 1-2 count. Belknap takes a hit off it. His second single of the game. Joseph Madsen, the pitcher, will now step up. He had a ground out his first time at the plate for the second out of the 2nd inning. Madsen wheeling and dealing on the mound. See what he can do here at the plate.
It's thought to be interesting, these 2 pitchers against each other, because they've been around the plate, always throwing strikes.
He's looking to bunt. He fouls it off. Madsen, a bigger guy. I have to feel like that's a partial sack / maybe trying for a hit, but more or less pushing that runner over, trying to get this lead to 4.
Just tried to reach out and poke the ball. That's not necessarily the way they teach you to get a bunt down. You don't want to stab at it. You want to reach out with the bat and catch the ball. Deaden it out in front of home plate.
Check on the runner. The pitch is low. Stealing, and the slide is safe down there at second. Jaden Belknap has a stolen base. One ball, 1 strike. Check on the runner at second. He's going to throw over. and throws it to Gardner, who wasn't even on the bag. We're in the bottom of the fourth.
Do you see that was called a balk the other day?
I did, which I don't know. How do you feel about that? Oh, that's going to be struck into center field, but unfortunately it's right to the center fielder, Zadi. Good wood on that one for the pitcher, Joseph Madsen, but nothing to do with it.
Now, to me, that doesn't make sense because you're not required to throw the ball to second or third base if you make a move that way. So what's the difference if you throw the ball to the shortstop who might be 10 or 15 feet off the base?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the balk is one of those questionable rules sometimes.
Yes, it is.
That's a little blooper fouled on the first base side.
It's questionable just by definition.
It's comparable to the catch rule in the NFL. What really is a balk? It's a lot of umpire judgment, and you can't review it.
That's exactly the way that's the way it's written. A balk is defined as a deliberate attempt to deceive, and that could be one of 1,000 different things.
Which, again, why is throwing the ball to the back of the shortstop deceiving?
Right. Exactly.
0-1, Lounsbury at the plate. A single his last time. He looks to bunt this down the first base line. He does. Ice off the mound and the glove to the first baseman, Reese. And there is going to be the second out. Moves the runner over to third, though. Guess you call that a sac bunt. Although it's kind of interesting with one out to do that.
Yep, that would be.
Isaac Shumway, the right fielder.
He squared early enough that obviously was giving himself up.
Just kind of an interesting strategy. We'll see how it works out here with Shumway at the plate. Now back to us. Shumway grounded out to Maddox Ice back in the second inning. We're now here in the bottom of the fourth in a 3-0 ball game. Rigby could have a fourth run if they can push that runner from third across. Third baseman in on the grass. And that's a chopper, second base side. Harvey puts the glove down. A little toss of the first baseman, Reese, and this time Maddox Ice avoids a run and gets another 0 on the board for the first time since the bottom of the first. We head all the way now to the 5th inning here. Rigby leads the Stallions 3-0. We'll be right back here from Pocatello, Idaho. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Wood Bat Classic here as the Rigby Trojans taking on the Stallions of Rock Springs on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well, from fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
Welcome back here to Pocatello, Idaho. Jace Rangers, Dan Hubbard bringing you the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here from the upper field at Halliwell. We go here to the 5th inning now. This game quickly moving along.
Halliwell with a lot of history.
Yeah. Old minor league ballpark for the Giants organization in the 50s. Yep. Jackson Reese, Colton Lemus, Caden Latham, your 3 you'll see in the inning for the Stallions. Down the third base line goes foul.
What I've never done, and I've never researched to see who would have come through town back in the day for the Giants.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Because remember, you're back in the 50s. You're talking about before they left New York.
It's a long way.
Yes, it is.
Way up in the air. I'm going for it. I don't got it. The chair caught it. That's a catch. Now, was it? Do we know what single A, double A? I mean, I don't know. Honestly, this is my youngness. Was there single A and double A back then?
There was, and it would have been short season Pioneer League way back then.
Oh, wow. Up high there, 2-2.
You know, the Pioneer League has been around for a long, long time.
2-2. Just outside. 3-2. Jackson Reese, the first baseman, reached on a walk his first time up. He was actually the first runner to reach on Madsen. See if he can get on for a second time. Infield pop-up, Madsen off the mound. Catcher, though, Stewart kind of gets the ball, and Madsen looks at him like, bro, call it sooner. They were about to run into each other. Either way, it's an out, though. It's a nice field, and for how, I guess, I say this lightly, how old it is, it's really well put together, well kept. Walls are really still solid, honestly. I'm sure there's been renovations and things that have gone through, but overall, very solid ballpark. From the windup, the first pitch to the new batter, Quilton Lemus. It's 1 out in the inning.
Now, they'll never do it, but I'd like to see one addition that they would make is we sit outside on this little patio area where they could slide this patio, extend it over another 5 feet to where the stairs are and the little walkway for the first base grandstands, and you could extend the press box out to where there would be a box for the broadcasters actually indoors.
Yeah. A 1 up high. Honestly, this weekend, and this is just the simplest way, I don't even need that. Just attach a roof over top here and have a wall coming down here, and you're blocking in a little box. You're still going to have the wind coming through here, but you're going to be in a better situation with the sun and with most of the elements.
Oh, you come here in early April like I have a few times for games against Pocatello or Century High School or Highland High School.
That's probably not the most pleasant thing for wind.
You'll wish you had more than a roof.
That's up high. I believe it's 3-1. It's 3-1. Madsen getting the talk from his catcher, Stewart.
$3-1 is correct.
I know ball. What can I say? 3-1. Cut and a miss to make it a full count. Colton Lemus struck out to end the second inning. Madsen looking for a similar ending. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Belknap, who will basically walk it over to first base before an underhand toss to Marley for out number 2. He gets the out on Lemus to bring up Latham. Latham 0 for 1 on the day. I know this comes with a solid pitching performance from both sides, but the infields have been working a lot today, at least in this game. Lots of ground balls, lots of stuff that have been chopped or hit high in the air on a pop-up.
And we've seen that through most of the games today, as the infields have been very busy. A lot of ground balls served up by the pitchers.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Latham at the plate has that ball go over his head. Last time he had a ball go over his head. I don't know what's that. Got a magnet on top of his helmet?
A little guy, and they're trying to bust him up and in.
Gotta get up there in the grill. Just up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Latham trying to extend the inning as there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Rigby looking to get back in the dugout. There's a strike, inner part, as Latham kind of slid out of there, but it catches the right edge of the box. 2-2 with 2 outs. Cut right on and missed. A strikeout for Joseph Madsen as he now has 4 on the game. We go to the bottom of the 5th here. Rigby up 3-0 over Rock Springs. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
In the past, when you needed a crown, it took multiple appointments and a mouthful of goop to create a mold of your teeth. Those days are gone. Bear River Dental has equipment that gets your crown done in one appointment.
So this is the scanner for our same-day crowns, and as you can see, we go through, we scan it, and then we're able to design exactly what your crown's going to look like, and then we send that to the mill, and it's going to cut it out. It's going to look just like it's shown on the screen.
The same-day crown machine builds your new crown for a perfect fit. Same-day crowns are one of the many services offered at Bear River Dental in Evanston. Call today to schedule an appointment.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. Trojans on top of the Stallions, 3-0. Trying to add on to that lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Maddox Ice still remains the pitcher for the Stallions as it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. We're back to the top of the order for the Trojans. Cash Campbell, Cooper Steffler, and Jacob Stewart. And listen to this. They led off in the 1st, they led off in the 3rd, now they lead off in the 5th. So the leadoff leads off.
Wow.
So far, Cash Kimball in those 2 leadoff slots has had 1 single, has grounded out, and has stolen a bag. 1 for 2 on the day. We'll see what he does here in his 3rd plate appearance from the left side. Just low there on the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes, 3-0. The advantage for the Trojans. Trying to grow that in this bottom half. Inside pitch there, 1-1. You called it a ball, 2-0.
Yes, 2-0.
That's over the head of the third baseman, a base hit on the 2-0 pitch. Cash, he's gonna burn for second. He is going to slide in safely to throw. Didn't even reach second base. And the wheels of Cash Kimball, he thought 2 out of the box, and that really helped him out.
That's what you have to do. Got to think 2 out of the box, turn hard at the first base bag. That's how you stretch a double. Is you bust right out of the box.
Cooper Steffler, 2 strikeouts, both looking here in the game, looking to change his fortunes. Right-handed hitting left fielder. Watches the first one bounce off the ground and then into the mask of the catcher Oliver, which allows Cash Campbell to move to third, a throw down, as Campbell got a little bit far off third. Didn't think he realized how far he was. He'll move over on the wild pitch. And now Koopler has a very clear job ahead of him. Get that run home from third. Ball on the ground or a fly ball to the outfield.
Get the ball out of the infield someplace.
1-0. Swings to the fastball in the outer part, 1-1.
A lot of times when you go to a major league or minor league baseball game, there's actually a sequence of assignments that the hitters will go through when they're taking batting practice. And this is one of those. Get a man home from third with nobody out in the inning.
Well, that's why, everybody always asks, you go to batting practice here as the 1-2 pitch comes from Maddox Ice with the runner at third. On the ground, they're going to send the runner Cash Campbell. Garner's going to go to first. And Cooper Steffler does a job. Hits the ground ball, gets the run in. 4-0 Rigby on the ground out. That's why when you go to major league games or minor league games, you see these batting practice happening, you're thinking, These are Major League Baseball players. Why is not every single pitch being a home run? Because they're fastballs, and not even fastballs, they're just batting practice balls in the middle. It's because they're not trying to hit home runs. They're dealing with situational hitting, and they're having the batting practice pitcher throw in certain situations as well.
Well, don't get me wrong. There is those situations where
hit a home run is the job.
Well, they'll get up there and just hit the ball as hard as they can. But generally, their first round of pitches they see, there's a sequence of things that they're there to work on.
Jacob Stewart's at the plate, 2-0 the count. The first couple pitches is always bunts, too.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Always got to work on those. 2-0. And there's a strike, 2-1. And especially at the Major League level, bunting, especially before a game, it's more or less used to try and make sure you can track the ball. And that's why they do that first, is you want to get the bunts down to certain parts of the line, to the left, to the right, one to a certain spot there, drag bunt here to finish off your rounds, but it's also tracking the ball to your bat and being able to read pitches. 3-1. There's inside for ball number 4, and Jacob Stewart, who had grounded out twice before, works a walk this time. Of course, heck, you're doing minor leagues for over 10 plus years. How many bunts did you watch? Thousands.
Thousands. But you know what? I saw teams that didn't work on bunts and frustrated themselves to beyond belief when they couldn't get a bunt down when they needed to.
I wonder why. Almost hits the batter as Gunnar Davis, who thus far has been yet to record an out. Walked and tripled.
We had a manager who just would not work on bunts until one thing happens, until one of the roving instructors comes to town.
Oh boy!
And guys that can go back to the manager or the minor league farm director and say, it'd be good if these guys would actually work on bunts.
You think? 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, when the big boss comes to town, you tend to try and do everything right.
Absolutely.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on, 1 runner in. Pitch out, kind of. Throw down, tag. That gets away from the shortstop, Gardner. Kind of hit that runner, too. He's going to take a second to try and get his legs out from underneath him. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 4-0 the score. That's away underneath the catcher. And all the way down to third is going to be Gunnar Davis. I know you'll know this, but that went through what hole?
The 5 hole.
So I worked in the Alaska Baseball League last summer. I said 5 hole, and my broadcast partner, who is now, mind you, working for the Party Animals, looked at me and said, "What'd you just say?" 3-1. That's on the ground through the right side for a base hit. That'll score another run, make it 5-0. Trojans on top of the Stallions. Another base hit for Gunnar Davis. He's got a single, a triple, and a walk today, and 1 run scored, and add another RBI to his 2 total.
Going to get a visit to the mound here, as it could be the end here for
Maddox,
for Ice.
But either way, he looks at me and he says, "What's that?" And I go, "The 5 hole." And he goes, "That's the 3 hole." And I say,
"No.
Please explain 3 hole." And he goes, "Well, that's just what it's called." And so I explained to him, it's a hockey reference. You have the goalie. You've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was baffled. This was game 4. He called it the 5 hole for the next 35 games that we did. He learned.
Yeah, you'd think in Alaska they'd know a hockey reference.
Yeah, well, he's from Texas like me, so
yeah.
probably where that stems from. Are we going to have a pitching change? Seems like it's just a long talk thus far. Haven't seen the ball been taken from Maddox Ice's hand.
No, it's the coach pretty much laying down the law here as the umpire goes out to try to speed this coffee clutch along. And they're going to stay with Ice.
Little tea party there. 5-0 is the score here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a long shot here with just 1 out. And obviously, I hope this doesn't happen. I want, obviously, this game to go complete way, but with the run rules, there is a 10-run rule after 5. So should this inning break open, which I think is why they wanted to come out there and try and talk to Maddox. Because he's 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. I mean, Adele play is set up perfectly.
Yes, he is.
Fouled back. DJ Boudreiro, the left-handed hitting Diaz designated hitter today. Well,
and certainly these guys have shown the ability to turn the ball at second base.
They have. Boudreiro's gone up to the third baseman and the second baseman today. 0 for 2. Cuts through that pitch on the breaking ball that drops late, 0-2. Curve ball it looked like from ice.
Got a right-hander starting to throw behind ice in the pin now too.
The old school pins is what does it for me here. There's a piece of dirt, a little rubber, and a plate over there in right field.
They have enough room in foul territory here they can do that.
Yeah.
At a lot of the new major league ballparks, that much room in foul territory means loss of income because those could be seats.
Sky in the air, foul territory, left side, moving over is Valerio. He's going to watch it hit into the stands. Yeah, and unfortunately the place that has the most foul territory is the worst stadium in the MLB, the Oakland Coliseum.
Well, that's why they're moving out.
So it's also a football field, to be honest. That was not supposed to be a baseball field.
Because
I guess it was shared, but
because the city of Oakland would never cough up the money to renovate or rebuild, and the voters in Alameda County turned down several proposals. That's why the A's are moving to Las Vegas as the demolition is underway on the dune or the hotel there.
Yeah, they'll have the new stadium up and running here in 4 years or so, and the fact that Oakland's not even staying, they're going to Sacramento to a minor league ballpark for the next 3 years is kind of wild.
Well, this is already a year past their or this last year of their lease, I should say.
The chopper there is a out. DJ Boudreiro grounds out for the third time today. Jaden Belknap will step into the plate with a runner at second and 2 gone.
What's more interesting is the fact that they're moving to Sacramento. Do you realize they're moving into the AAA home of the Giants?
Which is just kind of wild. Like, all right, you are the A's. You hate the Giants. Oh, let's move to their ballpark. No. I mean, good on the Giants as the strike is taken there by Jaden Belknap. You know, welcome to know all this, but, like, I got to be honest. If a rival asked me, hey, we want to use your AAA stadium, I'd say, haha, you're funny. No, get away.
It's kind of an interesting situation because a friend of mine who now does radio for the Oakland A's named Johnny Daskow, he spent many years as the radio voice of the Sacramento River Cats. So he
that's going to hit him. Hit batsman for Jaden Belknap. He'll take first. And what is he doing? you don't get to go to third on a hits batsman, man. You got to stay at second. Anyways, continue.
So Johnny Daskow gets to go back to Sacramento and work for a couple of years now as part of the Major League broadcast team for the A's.
I can only imagine when the Red Sox, the Yankees come to town, the Dodgers, and that AAA stadium is going to be interesting.
Oh, it's going to be full. I mean, that's the whole thing. But
was it 10,000 seats? Is that
well, no, it's bigger than that. The minimum seats for a AAA ballpark is about 17,000, I think.
So. I don't remember the number. Joseph Matson, the pitcher, at the plate. Runners at first and second. 2 outs in the inning. 5-0 the lead for Rigby. Maddox Eye still on the mound. That pitch stays inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'll ask you this question. Is Las Vegas a sports city?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard differentiating opinions, so. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at first and second. Move over there at second, moving is Davis. And that's a fly ball into center field. Moving over is Zotti. Coming in hard, and that's going to drop. That just died in the air. It's going to be a single for Madsen and an RBI single at that. Man, that looked like a routine fly ball and then just died.
Yep, it's just kind of died. The wind kind of knocked it down a little bit, crosswind. And this is the one time that both the outfielders were playing deep enough that neither of them could get to it.
I've always heard Las Vegas is a tourist city, and I've never heard how sports would work there. The Golden Knights have done well, though. Runner takes off. That is the courtesy runner, by the way, and it hit the batter, so it doesn't matter if he took off or not. It's not stolen base. It's just going to be moving over on the hit by pitch. Second hit by pitch in the past 3 batters. You got to think the leash here on Maddox is starting to get real tight, as this is the 9th batter that he'll see in this inning, and Isaac Shumway, the right fielder.
Here was the issue that the designers of the new stadium in Vegas had to take into account, is there had to be some sort of a roof, or at least retractable roof, because when it gets to be 120 in July and August, people are not going to go to a baseball game and sit outside.
Players are not going to go to a baseball game. That's their job, and they still may be like, no. I'm good. I don't want to have heat stroke with my pants on. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss, and hold on.
So he's saying no pitch.
Yeah.
The batter had his hand up as requesting time, and the umpire didn't give it to him, so now he's going to give it to him in retrospect.
Yeah. He was trying to give it to him and just never got it. So 1-0 is the count. A broken bat dribbler to the third baseman, Valerio. He goes across the diamond right there. Reese makes the catch. And a good job for Reese there, as he's made pretty much every catch over that first, even with the sun glaring into his But more runs on the board for Rigby. It's 6-0 now as we head to the 6th here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
What is Uinta BOCES #1? It's your community college to pursue your degree or certificate. It's high school equivalency. It's CPR and other workforce training. It's cooking and computer classes. It's 3D printers, vinyl cutters, and other free tools. We're many different things to many different people, meeting the education needs of the place we call home. So what is Uinta BOCES #1? That's for you to decide. Come see us today and let us help you make your educational dreams come true.
The tires you drive on matter. Tire quality and condition affect overall safety and how your vehicle performs. Having the right air pressure in your tires even affects gas mileage. Don't trust your tires to just anybody. Choose Freeway Tire to handle all your vehicle maintenance, including regular tire checks and rotation. When it comes to your vehicle, choose the team that really knows tires. Freeway Tire in Evanston. Stop in today.
As if we are in Fenway Park, Sweet Caroline plays on the speakers as Joseph Madsen warms up in the top of the 6th. Ba, ba, ba. Welcome in here to Pocatello, Idaho, not Boston, Massachusetts. Jace Andrews, Dan Hubbard, joining you here for game number 5 of the day on 6 games up in this upper field of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic.
So we're talking about what's going to happen with the ballpark in Vegas. Here's something to consider, as Major League Baseball still considers expansion once the stadium situation is finally settled in Florida, and they have ground to build a new stadium there for the Rays.
That stadium stinks.
The commissioner has said, okay, yes, we will have expansion.
Right back up the middle, the second baseman Belknap there across to the first baseman Marley in time, and a 1-pitch, 1-out start to the top of the 6th.
A lot of people don't think we need expansion and don't want expansion in Major League Baseball.
I don't mind 2 more teams. I'm just I'm confused of how the divisions are going to work out, because as of right now, the 2 cities they're talking about are Orlando and Salt Lake, and those are the teams that are potentially being talked about. But do you restructure the divisions? How does that work out?
Sure.
Because you have uneven amounts at that point.
Well, they've done it before.
Correct, but again, I'd be curious to see if this does come to fruition, how does that all shake out? You go back to the top of the order here. Ryan Zotti's at the plate. He has a 2-ball, no-strike count. Thus far on the day, Zotti is 1 for 2, a double back in the 3rd, grounded out in the 1st. Was stranded at 3rd in the 3rd. 2-0. That's smacked into left center field. It'll drop and head toward the wall in the gap. It keeps rolling, and Zotti rolls to 2nd. He's going to stop there with a 1-out double. And a little bit of life here for the Stallions. His 2nd double of the game there for Zotti.
There's another issue involved with expansion that a lot of people haven't considered yet.
Which is?
When you have expansion and when you move the A's to Oakland, so now in the next few years, you have 2 AAA teams that have to move. Sure. Where are they going? Where is a mid-major market that would be interested in taking on a AAA franchise and would build a AAA ballpark?
Yeah. That's why I think more than likely Orlando is going to be one given, but are they going to go for 2? What's going to happen? Griffin Gardner struck out twice today. Once in the first, once in the third. Watches a ball there, 1-0. Gar going to kind of call time and get something out of his eye.
You could move them to Orlando. You could put them in the Wide World of Sports stadium that the Braves use for spring training, but then the Braves would have to move for a spring training complex.
That's the way. 2-0. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
And they've already broke ground, and they're about a third of the way building that new stadium in the south end of the Salt Lake Valley, in the Sandy area. That new stadium for the Bees. They're building the new stadium. I'm not sure if anybody ever considered that in 3 or 4 or 5 years, they're going to have to leave the market. Then what do you do with the stadium?
High schools, come on. 3-1. 1 out, runner at second base. Stein's still trying to get on the board here, 6-0. This is a golden opportunity for it. That gets away and allows Zotti to move over to third. He's thinking about going home. Aggressive turn at third, but Madsen comes down to cover the home plate bag. Gardner gets on for the first time today with a walk. Wild pitch there, advances the runner. Now we'll have a first pitch, our first mound meeting for the Trojans.
Today's game brought to you in part by Evergreen Financial Partners. When planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners, with offices in Pocatello at 450 East Day Street, suite number 450, and a new office in Preston. As they've moved, they'll now find them at 713 South 4th East, suite number 200 in Preston. Or remember, you can go online and set up your appointment through their website at evergreenfinancialpartners.net.
Runners on the corners with 1 out, and to my recollection, this is the best opportunity the Stallions have had all day to put a run on the board.
I think so.
I got the book right here. I can just look at it.
Is this the first man they've had to third base?
They had a man on third base in the 3rd inning.
Okay.
But he was the only runner. So in terms of having a runner on first, this is the best opportunity with that pickoff. You're always going to be weary with the lefty. He doesn't really have to make that hard of a throw to get it over there, and he's looking right at the back. Yeah, they had a runner on third base. It actually was Zotti, in fact. He was there in the 3rd. He got a double and then reached on an error over the 3rd, but was left stranded there. And that was with 2 outs, this time with 1 out here. Low for ball 1. The batter, Landon Oliver, the catcher today. He has grounded out and popped out in his 2 plate appearances. Trying to put the Stallions on the board here in the 6th inning. Madsen, a long, deep breath and a pitch. Runner goes. They'll see if they'll throw it. They are going to throw it, and it's cut off by the second baseman, Belknap, who runs right into the chest of the second base umpire as he was trying to steer Zotti back to third. Zotti didn't think he was going anywhere, so 2-0 with runners at second and third now, and the infield slightly in, corner infielders in. Middle infield still kind of at a weird double play-ish depth. Well, it's a base hit to the left side either way. 1 runner will come across to score. They'll hold the runner at third. It gets past the left fielder, but still holding at third is going to be Griffin Gardner. A base hit and an RBI for Landon Oliver puts the Stallions on the board.
And here comes the second visit, and this time we will have a pitching change.
Probably going to take him out here.
Yeah, well, they have to. It's the second visit.
In Legion Ball, is that a rule?
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll be taken out. We'll take a break here on the My Local Radio Sports Network as the end of the day for the pitcher, Madsen. He goes really strong, 5 1/3 innings, allowing just 1 run. We'll be back here. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic here on mylocalradio.com.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Colasuono Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Colasuono has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Colasuono also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Colasuono is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Colasuono Auto Farm Service.
Welcome you back here to Pocatello, Idaho, as it's the end of the day for Madsen. He goes a really strong 5 1/3 innings, allowing just 1 run on 4 hits. And now he gives way to the pitcher from left field, Steffler. Cooper Steffler will come into play on the mound, and in left field will be Bentley Bauer taking over that position. So Madsen not only done on the mound, done for the game. He'll go take a seat in the dugout after a well-done performance. Bauer, once again, the new left fielder, he'll take over in the lineup for Madsen if his slot comes around again. Runners on first and third with 1 out, and that's laced into left field for a base hit. So quickly, a first pitch swing on the new pitcher as Preston Harvey gets a single and makes this a 6-2 ball game. Steve Harmon, the left fielder, steps up, grounded into a double play last time at the dish. He grounded out to second base in his first time up back in the second. And if you're Steffler thinking, double play sounds really nice right now. 6-2 the score. See if the Stallions can make a little bit of a comeback. He's going to put this down on the ground with a bunt. 1 out in the inning, so they're going to throw to first, and it's going to be an easy play. Second baseman Ben Lapp goes over to cover. So now with runners at second and third, 2 outs, and it's Jackson Reese stepping up. A base hit could really change the tides of this game and make it just a 2-run ball game. Sack bunt for Harmon. First pitch is outside to Reese. Reese has popped out and walked. 0 for 1 on the day.
As they have to go to the bullpen, all of a sudden it feels like they're just kind of hanging on like a cat with their claws.
The hope, it comes in. That's right back to the pitcher, and well, that hope, a little short-lived. They get the run across, but only just 2 as they just chip away at the lead. 6-2, we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. Steffler gets out of there with the last 2 outs. We'll be right back here from Pocatello, Idaho. You're listening or watching the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic on mylocalradio.com.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Bottom of the 6th, and we got a new right fielder for you as the Stallions make a change. It's Jonah Anderson taking over for Latham in right. Maddox, though, still on the mound. 6-2 as the Stallions get their first runs on the board in the top half of the 6th. We on the bottom half here. Just a head up for time-wise, this game started right around 6:15 area? It was 6:14.
I thought it was 17, but I could be wrong.
Either way, it's now 7:54, so about 20 minutes or so left in this game. So, there's a couple of ways it could go. We go to the 7th. That's the most likely. We have a long inning here, which either enacts a run rule or gets us past the time limit. That's about it.
Or they go out in order and we go to the 7th.
Yeah, that's the most likely one of going to the 7th. First pitch swinging a chopper, third baseman Valerio charges, fires across the diamond, not going to be in time. And that one lost in the sun for Reese. Wouldn't have mattered if you've caught it. It was far too late as the leadoff hitter Cash Campbell. And get this, you're not going to believe it. Cash Campbell, Cooper Steffler, Jacob Stewart led off. They're 1, 2, 3. They led off in the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and now 6th. Single there for Cash. He's single, doubled, and now singled again. He's led off an inning 4 times. As the leadoff hitter, he takes off, looking for the stolen back. Throw down, a good throw, but Campbell too hot to handle.
Well, as a leadoff hitter getting on base, he's doing his job.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what you need to do. One ball, no strikes. 6-2 the score. Looking in, tries to get the bunt down, fouls it away, 1-1. I tell you, we can feel different parts of the day by where the sun is at. Right now, it's in my eyes from the left side. This morning, it was my eyes from the right side.
It's just about gone all the way around, hasn't it?
Foul ball there. He better be careful. That bat almost hit the ball in fair territory when he threw it away. And if that was the case, he'd have been out and the runner been sent back to second. Now it's 1-2. That was the unintentional. We kind of just dropped the bat in that area. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check on the runner. That's second. Maddox ice. As this one hit into shallow center field, it's actually going to stay in the infield. The shortstop, Garner, goes behind second base and records the first out. Cooper Steffler retired for the 4th time in 4AB. He's 0 for 4. Jacob Stewart, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. That walk and run scored came last inning. Steffler, the pitcher, does have an RBI, though. Got that one in the last inning on a ground out. First pitch strike, inner part of the zone. And you know, the Stallions last game had a complete game from Garner. He went all 7, and now you have Maddox Ice, who allowed 6 runs, but looking like he could go all the way here. That's fouled back over our heads toward the cars. Didn't hear a windshield.
No, for a lot of teams, depth in the bullpen is an issue. You know, it's and having 2 starters who can turn in the performances they've gotten today out of their 2 starters in back-to-back games is really a luxury at times.
Outside with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stewart trying to get a run back after the loss 2 in the top half of the inning, and he kind of just puts his bat out there. That's going to drop for a base hit in the right center field gap in front of the center fielder who grabs it. They're sending the runner home. The throw is not going to be in time. Now they throw down to second. Tag there, also not in time. Heads up base running all around as they sent the runner, and the Stallions caught lacking. It's just a single, but a couple of runs advance on the throw.
That's very smart baseball.
Give the RBI to Jacob Stewart. Oh, and 2. That's a chopper. First base side, Reese puts the glove out and races him over to first and wins that race. 2 outs. DJ Boudrero grounded out in each of his first 3 opportunities. We'll get a runner over there at first base. Trip Walker going to be the runner at third. And a ground ball to Garner across the diamond. Reese has to get back to the bag. He did not get back in time. A spectacular effort from Reese as he got pulled off the bag by the throw from Garner at short, but doesn't get back in time, and the run will come across to score 7-2. We're going to have a talk, but I think it was the right call.
Now the 2 umpires are going to get together and talk about it.
I'm just going to ask, see if he says anything different.
See if he sees anything different.
Safe. I kind of think that's the right call.
So the run counts, and it's 8-2.
There you go. Well, they lost 2 in the top of the 6th. They get 2 back in the bottom of the 6th. And I am realizing there is a 8-run rule limit after 6. So technically, the runner at home plate is the game-winning run. There is 2 outs, however. Jaden Belknap, the second baseman, is that batter. Runner goes, and he bounces it over the head of the third baseman on a high chop. Rounding second, heading to third, sliding in safe, and now going to second, Belknap. Once again, the throw possibly going to the wrong base, and it moves the runner over. Now a base hit, you could win the game. Well, it was Joseph Battison's spot. He got taken out. It's Bentley Bauer will step in. He's the new right fielder after Cooper Steffler came in to pitch. Maddox Ice on the mound. First pitch swing, a chopper to the second baseman. The throw to first. Reese makes the catch. And the Stallions stay alive. They head to the top of the 7th, trailing by 6 with just 3 outs to work with. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodback Classic here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Bottom, or rather top of the 7th, we go. It's the final chance for the Stallions. Colton Lemers, Jonah Anderson, and Damian Valerio, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, will be tasked with trying to keep this game alive. Lemus is 0 for 2 on the day, ground out a strikeout. 6 runs are needed to continue this game. First pitch from Steffler is a fastball that goes to the upper corner and goes a little bit too high on that upper corner, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Cut on and a miss for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Got time called. There's a ball in the field.
Plastic ball or something from out of the kids.
Aren't they the kids? 1 ball, 1 strike.
Younger kids from over behind the third base dugout.
That's fouled back, out of play. Stays in the fence line now. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Lemus. Cut on a miss there, as late on the fastball was Lemus. He strikes out for the 2nd time. First strikeout of the day for Steffler, and Jonah Anderson steps in, the right fielder.
I'm not sure what he was looking for, but it definitely wasn't that.
No, not the fastball, not at all. He was late.
That was way by past him. He swung when the ball was in the catcher's glove.
At least he swung. Oh, that hits the side of the arm of Jonah Anderson. His first AB, he gets on the base pass with a hit by pitch.
Looks like he's got a little bit of a Charlie horse too as he goes down to the base, trying to get some feeling back. Maybe not a Charlie horse, but certainly some sore ribs.
First pitch to the 9 slot, Damian Valerio. He fouls it away on the right side. Bounces off the building over here on the right. There's a strike fastball up. Want to remind you, we got 1 more game left tonight, as it's going to be, well, originally it was Hillcrest versus Blackfoot, but pretty sure both those teams are not ones we saw here.
Hillcrest is.
Hillcrest is?
Yeah.
So we'll see Hillcrest versus Blackfoot 1. Up high. Don't exactly know the plan of who's going to have that game. Don't know if it'll be me or Dan or Aaron Anthony, I really don't know, to be honest. I would have to assume it's probably going to be not you at least.
I've got to go over and break down equipment over at the other field.
I feel like it maybe end up probably Aaron and me again, so we'll take it. Strike through there, the second strikeout of the inning, the second strikeout of the day for Steffler brings us to 2 outs here with one runner on. And the Stallions down to their final out, Ryan Zotti. 2 doubles and a ground out. He has scored the run, or at least 1 run of the 2. That came back in the last inning after he doubled and then advanced the third on a wild pitch. So what he does here against Steffler, trying to keep this game going. And this could be it. Grounder right back to the pitcher, Steffler. Easy throw to Marley. And there's your game. The Rigby Trojans perform excellent in the round-robin games as they go 3-0. 8-2 your final score as they win over the Rock Springs Stallions. We'll be right back here with a full post-game breaking down everything in this game and at least most of what we know for tomorrow at this point. So we appreciate you joining us here. Make sure to stick around here on mylocalradio.com. You're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Woodbat Classic.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Life is made up of moments. We care about those moments as much as you do. We are Modern Woodmen, a fraternal financial services organization, member-owned, not stockholder-run. Since 1883, we've supported families, strengthened communities, and helped people reach their financial goals. From protection to saving to retirement planning, let us help you plan for those special moments in your life.
Welcome back here to the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap here as the Trojans are the winners over the Rock Springs Stallions, 8-2 your final score. 10 hits for the Rigby Trojans as they started to put them on early, but it really became prevalent late as they had 2 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 5th. Just really throughout the game, only had 2 zeros in that run column throughout the game. So really kind of see them fallish there. The Stallions able to get 2 across. It just was a little bit too late there as they get 2 in the 6th inning on 3 hits. They did leave 2 on base that inning as well. But your final stat line here, 8-2 the score, 10 hits for Rigby, 5 hits for Rock Springs, 2 errors for Rigby, 1 error for the Stallions, and 6 left on base for the Trojans, 5 left on base for the Stallions. That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Let's go to our Dr. McKay Frankham's precision play of the game. And Dan, I'll bring you on here to kind of talk about this one because there was a lot of plays that looked nice. And I think that if there's one that stands out, I almost got to give it to the triple from Gunnar Davis on an absolute rocket to the right corner.
Yeah, it's probably one of the hardest balls we've seen hit all day. And it just kind of was served as a wake-up call for the offense for the Stallions, as you know, that crack of the bat was like an alarm clock for them, because after that things started to click better. They hit more balls in play and had more guys on base and really led to more runs.
Appreciate Dr. McKay Frankham, precision play of the game. Let's go to our Pepsi player of the game. Everything's better with Pepsi. And I think to follow that, I kind of want to go with Gunnar Davis on this too. 2 RBIs, a triple, a single, a walk, a run, 2 runs scored, a couple of runs batted in. I mean, he was responsible for the 8 runs. He was a part of 4 of them. He scored 2, he batted in 2. An honorable mention to Cash Campbell, 3 hits on the day, a double included in that, a couple of stolen bases, and a run scored and an RBI. But I really just can't go past Gunnar Davis. I mean, he only had 1 out in the entire game. And of the 8 runs, again, responsible at least part of for 4.
Yeah, just good solid play there by Davis as get on base, continue to get on base, and good things happen as he was able to come around and score the runs when they were needed. It ended up being the big difference in the game.
8-2 your final score. I want to thank all of our amazing partners that were able to bring us here and allow us to broadcast this game to you. First, starting with Heritage Auto of Evanston, sponsoring our starting lineups. The Modern Woodsman Financial of America scoreboard. And then, of course, we want to thank one of our main sponsors and a really big shout-out to Evergreen Financial Partners, as when planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners with offices in Pocatello and a new location in Preston. You can set your appointment online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. That Pocatello location, it's 450 East Day Street, Suite 450. And the new location in Preston, 713 South 4th East, Suite 200. Once again, though, you can set your appointment online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Well, for Dan Hubbard, I'm Jace Andrews saying peace out here from Pocatello, Idaho. We'll be here for one more game tonight on the larger field, and we'll bring you that in just a little bit. So stick around and switch streams, but we'll be hanging out with you 8-2. Once again, the final score, Trojans over the Stallions in game number 5 of 6 here on Halliwell. Jace Andrews saying peace out from Pocatello.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.